Hi friends, it's Becky, and I have the February Dollar Bead Box and Dollar Bead Bag to open up with you today. I know it's not quite February but it will be tomorrow, so we're going to go ahead and open this up. I'm going to give you a little bit of time if you don't like surprises and you're waiting on your box, and this was on autoplay for you, to go ahead and exit the video if you want to see what I make with this box, because I've been doing on-the-fly designs with everything that I make for the month of January. Go ahead and click save for later on this video and come back to it after you get your box so we can, ooh and ah over the beads together. I think that'll be lots of fun. But if you still want to stay and watch me open this up, go ahead and stick around because it's going to be a good time. What I like to do when I unbox my subscription boxes is I like to take a look at the beads. We'll get up close with my ladybug dish so that you can see all of the shinies and shimmers. And then I like to sort them into an organizer. And for the Dollar Bead Box and Dollar Bead Bag, I like this 28 grid organizer. A lot of the beads that we get, especially in the Dollar Bead Bag, are smaller beads, and so they fit really great in these little containers. It makes it so much easier to design with if I can just open up a container and dump it out onto my bead mat instead of having to dig it out. Also, because there are so many different types of beads in here, it makes it easier for me to organize them without having to do too much roommate situations on this. So it's a really good organizer for this specific bead subscription. I enjoy using them a lot. I'll put a link to these in the description below if you would like to get some for yourself. But the Dollar Bead Box is one of the more frugal bead subscriptions out there. You get a lot of check glass beads, you get some focals, you get a Dollar Bead Bag, which is an add-on to the subscription. It's only $8, and you get 8 strands of fire polish beads that are curated to go with the theme of Dollar Bead Box. It used to be they didn't do themes, they started doing themes, and I love it for that because everything in the box goes together and it makes it so much easier to design with the contents of that box, just making your own stuff with it. So let's get this open. I think that's probably enough time for folks who were not wanting a surprise to save this for later and then come back. But this is the February 2025 Dollar Bead Box, and I've got my Dollar Bead Bag in here too, and it is Escape to Paradise. That's a fantastic theme, especially when we're maybe a little bit tired of winter and we want to start thinking about, Caribbean waters or something like that. The last few weeks and months have been a bit stressful for many of us. This month's selections feature a serene palette. I love a serene palette of soft blues and greens inspired by dreamy beaches, golden sunshine, and soothing sounds of waves. Let the calming colors of February transport you to your own creative oasis. It's fantastic. There is underneath this fold a coupon code that they send out for their sales that they run on the dollarbeadbox.com, and that is a let's see, Dollar Bead Box is Dollar Bead Club is what it is. Dollar Bead Club, and that is, you need to be a subscriber to be able to buy from there, I think. Yes, you do. You need to be a subscriber to be able to buy there, but you can, if you don't want the bead box, you can just do like as a subscription to their Dollar Bead Club. Everything is $1 or less. So it's a really great place to do some frugal bead shopping. And I've gotten some really great things from there. I've gotten some like tier cast buttons from there and charms, as well as some extra check glass beads. So they usually have a pretty decent variety of things in there. But I will also put a link in the description below to Dollar Bead Box for subscribing. If you are interested, there is a coupon code as well that you can use that will get you some, I think it's $2 off your first subscription. All right, so Dollar Bead Bag. We've got 3mm strands and 4mm strands, and here are our beautiful colors. I love this mixed strand. Look at that. That is going to be a lot of fun. There's 2 mixed strands. I'm excited about this. I love a good bead mix. All right, so I will go through the Dollar Bead Bag first, and then we will go through the stranded items in Dollar Bead Box. They are listed on the back of the insert. We've got strands, and then we've got the additional items in bags. So here are, oh, beautiful butterflies. I am ready for butterfly everything. In fact, I think I'm going to use some of these beads for maybe some butterfly earrings at the end of this, because I'm doing on the fly designs all this week. Yes, exactly, butterfly earrings. We're gonna do it to it, probably with these beads. I don't know, but we'll definitely. I already know what I'm making. There's not going to be too many extra decisions made for that, but I'm getting the bagged sections out of the way. It looks like one of my strands fell apart. These are the funnest little twisty beads. Look at them. How cool is that? Oh, I love those hearts, the leaf heart shape. All right, let's get these guys out of the way. Let's start organizing some of these guys in here. Now, sometimes it's easier for me to get them right into the little organizers, but often it's much easier for me to get them unstrung onto my bead mat and then scoop them up. And this scoop came with my bead mat, so that's where I got that from. Let's get our 3mm beads ready to go. 4mm beads, and I've got my list of all of these. And my little ladybug dish. Let's get to it. All right, so we've got matte crystal. That's this one right here. This is a fantastic neutral. That matte finish makes it feel like beach glass to me. All right, let's get this unstrung. I'm going to keep us zoomed a little bit, just because it's going to be easier to stay zoomed than to zoom in and zoom out and zoom in and zoom out. I hope y'all are okay with that. We can see them going in here. These are the 3mm fire polish check glass beads. Put them in that one. Next, we've got opaque lime green. That'd be this one. That is a glorious lime green. I'm just giving it a twist so you can see the flash on those facets. I love that. I like that we've got some brighter green colors in this mix. That sort of makes me really happy. And then we've got Crystal Sage. That's this one right here. Sage green. So we've got the bright green, and then we've got a nice, more neutrally kind of a green. When you want those soft tones. And our last one is Crystal Rainbow Mix. So it looks like we've got some sort of pink amethysty kind of color. We've got some very, very light blue. It's not clear crystal, it's a light blue that looks like an AV finish on it. Then we've got some emerald green colors. We've got our sort of more true blue colors. And even a couple of opaque ones here on the other side. And Ellen has a few things to say about that, if you can hear her. She thinks that instead of sitting at my desk, I should be over with her. There we go, that's all of them together. And I'm going to keep them together for this. What a riot of color for that. But they're all like nice, calm, pretty colors. So that is our 3mm. I'm going to stick this back in the organizer. Actually, let's leave it open because I always open it at the end so you can see the beads better. And this way I can just leave that open and y'all still be able to see them and I won't have to do that again. All right, now let's get these 4mm fire polish beads in here. We have medium blue. It's this one right here. And these are full strands of the fire polish beads. Next is either vibrant blue-green or matte vibrant blue-green. So I'm going to assume, since this is not a matte finish on this, that it is the vibrant blue-green. You can see some of the blue color, some of the green color in this crystal. I think I love this color, probably more than I should. It is so pretty. I'm definitely going to be using that in a design this month. So for February, for January, I've been doing a challenge to myself to do an on-the-fly design with everything that I open. And in February, my challenge is going to be to make a full set of jewelry with every bead box that I work from. And so this is going to be one of the ones that I do a full set with, but not this month, next month, which starts tomorrow. That's fine. Next, we've got opaque white with a blue finish. I love that. It's like robin's eggs, almost. It's just a really pretty light blue. And next we've got the aqua emerald mix. So we've got some dark blues, some aqua blues, some greens. It just pulls everything all together like all of these other colors. Maybe this was the inspiration. Like this strand was the inspiration for all of these colors. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in charge of choosing the beads for them. I don't have a window into their process. I'm only making suppositions. There we go. And that's all of the Dollar Bead Bag items. We've got our 3mm fire polish and our 4mm fire polish. All right, so let's get the stranded selections out here. This is from the Dollar Bead Box because the Dollar Bead Bag was an add-on. It's not part of the subscription. It just goes along with it. And in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. All right, maybe we'll start with these guys since they are already unstrung. That's this one. There are 10 pieces of these check glass abstract ovals. They are mint green and light blue multicolored. You can see on some of them there's little striations and stuff in that mint green section. This is more of a periwinkle color, this blue, than these other like aqua or true blue colors that we've been seeing. They are a really fun shape. And next we've got some 6mm fire polish beads. It's these ones right here. They're emerald AB finish. So you get the multicolor flash on there. Don't tip over, friends. There are 25 pieces there for that. We've got olive colored check glass melon beads. These are 5mm melon beads. And there are 42 pieces on this strand. Go. And then we've got opaque turquoise. These are crow beads. They are 3 by 6mm. They've got a nice large hole, and there are 20 pieces on this tiny strand. Oops. Let's get them a little closer. Oh, don't close them because we're going to want to look at these later. All right, and then we've got 2 more strands. We have mint light blue, wait. The Lucerna bicone, that's this one right here. I love this type of bicone. We either have opaque light mint or a blue-green combo. So since this is not at all mint, I'm going to assume that it is the blue-green combo. The reason you might have an or in your listing is because they might not have enough to send every subscriber one color, so they'll substitute with another, or maybe split it evenly between the two. So you might have gotten opaque light mint, which would have gone really great with those mint and light blue multi abstract ovals. This one will go really great with some of my fire polish beads, I think. I mean, they're all going to go really great together with each other. It is pretty well curated. Go. And next, this is the last one. They are light mint and blue drooks, and they are 3mm in size. There are 40 of them on this strand. just had a couple of escapees. I will get them later. They just rolled under my desk. All right, now let's get some of our bagged sections out of here. Make sure that I can see everybody. All right, so we've got our check glass abstract cubes. This is blue opal and they're 8 millimeters. There are 6 pieces in this bag here. They're very nuggety. Speaking of nuggets, the next one on the list is the check glass nugget. They are 12 millimeters. Actually, wait a minute. Am I missing the actual abstract cube? No, that's it. Okay. It's these guys right here. Green with travertine, and there are 2 pieces. And that green is kind of a peridot green or olive green. All right, let's get some more. In here we've got some 17 by 20 gold ear wires. We've got 4 pieces. And I'm going to put 2 of them in the organizer, and I'm going to keep 2 out because I'm going to be making a pair of earrings after I am done organizing this stuff. Or I can always pull them out afterwards. So we do. They're getting caught on the thing. There we go. They're a little bit stuck with each other. Sorry, I got a little off screen there. So it's fun when we get findings like this too. Sometimes our findings are only like focals or connectors or something. So having something that we can actually make some jewelry with right away is pretty fun. And then we've got a check glass daisy. This is 6 millimeter and there are 20 of them. It's these guys right here. And the color for this is zircon. But isn't that a pretty blue? It's such a pretty blue. And then there are the butterflies, the crystal with the AB finish. There are 2 of these, and they are 11 by 14 millimeters in size. And I am going to be using these in some earrings after I'm done organizing these guys. And then we've got check glass heart. The heart leaves, it is alabaster Picasso with a green wash. There are 2 of these as well. Really great for earrings, probably. And then we've got the gold filigree square brass stamping. There are 2 of these. They are 15 millimeters in size. I'm going to turn one over so you can see the other side. Mostly it's the curve of it. It's curved outward that way for the other one. And then we've got check glass button. It's this one. It is blue with brass. It's a 15 millimeter button. And it does have a glass shank. Buttons are fantastic. I like using them for closures on bracelets and things. And then we've got check glass coins. It's these guys right here. They are crystal blue. There are 4 of them, and they are 4 by 14 millimeters. All right. These are check glass ovals. They are dark zircon or olive. So if you have some green ones, that means you got the olive color. But once again, isn't that a pretty blue? So those are 6 by 8 millimeters, and there are 10 of them. And we've got two more guys to sort into our things. Stick them in the center of these. And one of them are some check glass 2-hole candy beads. They're robin's egg blue with a silver wash, and there are 8 pieces of them. So let's take a look at these candy beads. It looks like one side is more raised than the other. And they are 8 millimeters in size. Let me grab a couple wire real quick so you can look at the way the holes go through here. Not a wire, but a couple of head pins. That'll work. Got one hole there and one hole there. Once again, there's 8 of these. It's fantastic. Last one is the check glass origami bead, or origami flower bead. It is peridot with an AB finish. Oh my goodness, look at that. So it's matte, and then that AB just shines through there. It is a glorious 18 millimeter coin bead. All right, let's zoom back out a little bit. Take a look at this all together, and our last look before we pull a few more of these things out and make something with it. And like I said, I'm going to be using those, the ear wires, those. See how easy it is to get those out of there? So let me see how I want to do this. I think I want to do these like that. And then I'm going to do some dangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Let's get these bicones. And some of the matte crystal fire polish beads, and a couple of these blue and green fire polish beads as well. All right, let's move this out of the way. And let's start making some dangles for links here. I'm going to get some head pins. Got some ball head pins. I think they'll look great on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then some beading wire. Let's see. or no, not beading wire, some craft wire. That's what it's called. I'm trying to find the right gauge for me. 22 gauge. All right. 22 gauge works. Let's go ahead and snip these off. Ooh, you know. All right. Now let's make some earrings. Going to be putting one of those, one of those, one of those, and one of these on all of my drops and my dangles. But I am also going to need to do a loop at the top. So I'm going to need some wire working tools. Grab some of those. Some round nose pliers. I have some flush cutters for cutting wire. And I have some chain nose pliers. All right. Now, I'm just making loops at the end, and I will get them fully on there after I have all of these created. In fact, you know what, guys? I think I may go ahead and skip forward to the part where I have all of those loops created. But let me just, before I do that, walk you through how I do it. So I've got everything on the loop. I'm just holding that bottom right there with the beads so they don't shift up. And then just on the tip of my round nose pliers, I'm bending my wire back that way and then pushing with my fingertip around, rotating my pliers out of the way and then pulling that under so it crosses over, just like that. So I'm going to make up the rest of these into some dangles and I will be right back. All right, now once you've made your dangles, you're going to attach them to our little filigree connector here. Just swinging this open a little bit so that it's easier for it to get on there. And I'm going to pull it through like that. And then I'm going to swing it closed with my pliers. And these ball head pins are a little bit on the short side, so if you need to use another set of pliers to help with wrapping the wire around, you can, just to get them the end tucked in like that. So this is a little bit fiddly, but that's okay. I'm trying to fiddle with it under the camera so you can see what I'm doing instead of putting it next to my face and fiddling with it there. All right, let's get this all the way around. There's just a little bit left over there. All right, so that's one. Let's get the other two on here. I love butterflies. Absolutely love them. Really hope that was on camera. It's harder when I'm holding my arms out rather than when I can like rest them on something. Because then like things wobble and things like that. This is just turning this into a chandelier type earring with all of those drops. And we're just going to do it on 3 of these little holes on the side. This 4th hole I'm going to be attaching my butterfly link to once I get that all made up. Let's just hold on to both of those. Get that. Why is it so awkward? Get that end tucked. Usually when I do this, I try to be really careful because it is possible to, when you're trying to tuck the wire, to accidentally squeeze the beads instead of the wire. And when you do that, you might break the beads. There we go. So now I've got that bit. Let's make our link here. I'm going to make a loop on the end of, this is 3 inches of 22 gauge wire, and I'm going to do sort of the same type of loop that I just did over there, but I just don't have the beads on it when I do that, because I can add them on the other side. And then once it's wrapped up here on this end, this is the end that the ear wire will go through. So that's why I didn't have to put the beads on it first. So now it's going to be going on upside down, so I want to make sure my butterfly is also upside down. And I'm going to stack on one of these matte crystal beads, one of the 2-tone 4mm beads, and then bookend my butterfly with the same beads on the other side, like that. Then I want my loop to be perpendicular, so I'm going to make sure I can see a circle on that loop when I hold this with my pliers and bend it away from me. That way this other loop will be going in a different direction. And now this end, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stick it right on my piece, hold it, and then wrap my loop on this link. And when I first cut this off, I was just going to do the butterfly on this, and then I changed my mind, and that's why I have a relatively short amount of wire. But you know what? At least I'm not wasting wire. At least I'm not cutting off like gabs and gabs of wire at the end of the day, or at the end of this program, but I am needing to use my wires too, or my chain nose pliers to get this straightened out. All right, now I can attach the ear wire and I'll have a pair of earrings. All right, fantastic. It's my design on the fly earrings that I made with my Dollar Bead Box and Dollar Bead Bag for February of 2025. And join me back here for a full set of jewelry that I'll be making with this as part of my February challenge. Hope y'all have enjoyed this. Once again, I will put links in the description below if you are interested in subscribing both to Dollar Bead Box and to Amazon, where I got these organizers from. Happy beading!